What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight. Hope I pronounced this right. We have Arkona. Yes, indeed. How about that? Arkona making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brent Winship, and Brent wanted to see me react to this song by Arkona. And if I was having a hard time with the name of the band, the name of the songs, I'm probably gonna butcher at that point. With the name of a tune called Zaklyat'e. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, I think I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see. Oh man, this was posted by Decoherence Rectified. Yeah, we'll go with that. And the video has 5,000 views. There you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Arkona, Zaklyat'e Hellfest live in Glisten, I guess, Glisten, 2015. Sure, we'll go with that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Down in front. not sure how I feel about this. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I'm not feeling it. I know that much. I'm trying to. I'm really trying to get into the groove on this. I mean, it's there. It's not hard to find. It's very straight ahead. It's a very slow 4/4 feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's not hard to find. You know, snare on 2 and 4, super easy to lock in with. But I'm just, I don't know. Maybe it's the sparsity of the notation. There's a lot of space in between each note. It's not a lot of fullness. The song feels empty. The song sounds empty. Everybody's playing in unison. Bass, guitar, the backing track with the keyboard, the bagpiper. They're all playing in unison. Da 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 da. You see what I mean? I'm not saying that's exactly what's the rhythmic playing that they're doing, but there's a lot of gap in between, and it feels empty to me. I haven't heard any part in the song yet where it sounds full, and maybe that's what they're about. Maybe that's what this band's about. You know, they write all their songs in that type of a style. I mean, obviously the crowd's into it. That's good. I'm glad the crowd likes it. So it looks like there is a market for this. Me personally, I'm not in that market. Vocally, I get what she's doing. I do, with her vocalizations. I'm not sure what region those vocalizations are coming from. But I understand that she's emulating some type of a native vocalization style. It fits within the context of this song. It absolutely does fit. And with a style of song like this, where there is so much gap and there's far more attention to syncopation when it comes to the instrumentation, her vocal style makes sense and it sounds good within this style of song. She is clearly got the spotlight on her.
And I think that the spotlight should go on top of me, yeah.
And I think that's the whole direction of this song. I almost feel it. Here's what it comes down to. To me, this is just me personally, it feels like the music is an afterthought. Like the music is strictly there to support whatever it is and whatever vocalizations that she comes up with. It's fully there to support her and her alone. Everything else, secondary. Push to the back. Keep the spotlight right on top of her. Give her all the attention. That's what it feels like. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong, but that's how it's coming across to me. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not thrilled with it. I can tell you that much right now. So anyway, let's just finish it out. We'll finish this out and we'll get to the review. We switched up to 6. the 4/4 again. Crowd's into it.
Thank you very, very much, my friends.
Crowd is obviously into it. I mean, they clearly are liking what they're hearing. Like I said, there's clearly a market for this. There absolutely is. I am not one of those people in that market, though. Nope. This was filler for me, at best. Not really a whole lot to talk about, honestly. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Arkona with a tune, I hope I pronounced this right, with a tune called Zaklyat'e. This was a request from Brent Winship. Look, I mean, listen. Not everything I hear and see on the channel is going to hit a home run with me, okay? It's just not. That's impossible. There's going to be things I love. There's going to be things I like. There's going to be things I dislike, and there's going to be things I hate. And there's going to be things I'm indifferent to, okay? It really just boils down to that. And I know people are probably sick and tired of hearing me say this, but I'm not going to sit here and pander and pretend to love something when I really don't. You know, if I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. And I'm sorry if that hurts people's feelings. I'm sorry if that offends people, but I'm going to be honest 100% of the time. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. And if you can't handle my honesty, then I'm sorry. Maybe this is not the channel for you. So anyway, let's get to the score, and we'll see how we go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 6.2. Yep, 6.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.2. What does that mean? Well, a 6.2 would translate to a pretty good scale rating, so it's not as bad as you might think it is. Overall, I think this was a pretty good song. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. So there you go, a 6.4, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Wait. So glad you asked. Okay, we're going to keep this real simple. We're going to talk pros and cons, okay? Things I liked, things I didn't like. And I think once we go through all of that, I think you'll be able to see how I came up with this 6.4. Okay, starting off, songwriting. Pro. I think the songwriting is definitely probably, I'm not going to say the strongest aspect of what we heard, but it was solid. The chord progression made sense. It sounded good. For the style of music that it sounds like they're going for, yeah, pretty simplistic, but it works. Everything that happened from a songwriting standpoint, from a musicianship, hold on, we'll get to musicianship in a second. From a musicality standpoint, a notation standpoint, chordal progression standpoint, everything made sense. Okay, so I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the songwriting. Musicianship, how they were playing their instrument. Also a pro. I gotta say, majority of the song, with the syncopated playing, everybody playing the exact same notes at the exact same time. It was clean, it was tight, it was accurate. I didn't hear any dirty playing from anybody in the entire band. So musically, musicianship wise, definitely a pro. Vocally, okay. I get what they're going for. I do. having the focus be on that native style of vocalization. I get it, and I understand that there is a market for it. I do. Clearly, because the crowd was there and they were totally into it. I am not one of those people in that market, unfortunately. I don't really enjoy that. I don't really get it. And this is not the first band I've reacted to that had a vocalization style like this. I forgot what the other band was that I wasn't a big fan of it. I understand it, I get it, but I don't enjoy it, and I don't understand the point of it for me personally. It has no value to me personally. So that's definitely a con for me. Now, what she was vocalizing, how she was vocalizing, it sounded good. It sounded accurate from what I could gather. And that's really, I'm really kind of basing off more than anything. I'm kind of basing that off of the crowd response because I didn't hear any boos. I didn't see anybody throwing tomatoes or anything like that. So she must have been selling it well. So I can only assume that she did a good job doing it. As far as the arrangement of the song, now this is where things get interesting. I like the fact that they played around with time signature. They didn't play around with feel. The feel was the same. It stayed straight ahead. All the entire song was straight ahead, straight feel in 4/4 or 6/8. But it never went to halftime. It never went to double time. It was straight feel the entire time. So they relied on that 6/8 to add some variation to the song, which I absolutely appreciate. About the halfway point, a little over halfway is where they went into it. It was right before the first pause, or right after the first pause, where I heard them go into the 6/8, and I was like, that's interesting. Okay, that broke up the monotony of the song. And the funny thing is, when they went into the 6/8 section, it got full sounding. Like we focused less on the syncopated playing and focused more on expanding the sound. And giving it a fuller sound, a more complete sound. I like that. I definitely like the 6/8 section, without question. And then they went back into the 4/4, and they kind of kept it full, but it definitely scaled back. But the first half of the song, and a little over half of the song, very spacious, very open when it came to melodics and harmonics and counter melodics and chordal progression. It was very, very open due to the fact that everybody was playing syncopated. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this style of music. I'm not. I get it. There's a certain demographic, and people dig it. Obviously, otherwise bands like this wouldn't exist. But it's just not for me. But and like I said, okay, now here's what it really boils down to. Okay, personally, if I were to just look at this song subjectively and just base my score completely on how I feel about the song, this would be down under 6. I can guarantee you to be under 6.
Well, I'm out, guys. If this is what's cool now, I think I'm done. I no longer have any connection to this world.
Probably under 5, if I'm being honest. I wasn't digging this at all. I would put this down. Honestly, I would put this down somewhere in the 4s. It's not for me. But looking at the song objectively, the musicianship was clean. The songwriting, I love the fact that they did switch to the 6/8 section. Her vocalizations, while I may not be a fan of it, it sounded clean. It sounded accurate for the style that they were going for. Now, granted, I am kind of basing that off crowd reaction, but I didn't see anybody reacting negatively, so she must have been doing an okay job with it. I'm taking all this into account, and that's how I'm coming up with that 6.4. And like I said, a 6.4, it's not a bad score. It's not. It may not be up in the 8s and 9s like everybody wants it to be, but like I said, not everything on the channel I'm going to love, and not everything in the channel I'm going to be impressed by. And I hate to say it, but I really wasn't impressed by this. So, but a 6.4, it's still getting a pretty good scale rating. So 6.4, that's where I feel this song deserves, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.4, which is a pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.